Welcome in, Lunar. How's it going? Okay. Let me get everything set up real quick here. We're running a few minutes behind, but that is okay. Ultimate, welcome in. How you doing? Eve, good man. Good man. You got in on the game. Good. I'm a little nervous. Why are you so nervous, Ultimate? You nervous for the tournament? I mean, that's fair. It's okay to be a little nervous. Definitely okay to be a little nervous. Just, I submitted my deck. Good man, Eve. Did you check in? Okay, I gotta get content. Okay, Discord is pretty much ready. Discord on the second page. Welcome in, Mage. Sorry I'm delayed. We will probably... I completely forgot I had to turn on check-in, so we might actually even just give it an extra 10-15 minutes today before we get fully started. If I could get some assistance from anyone to go into either any of the games lobbies and start playing a game live so I can size it up and get it measured out. It'd be very helpful. that. Let's get back over here. All right. Everything is almost set up on my front. I've got one more thing to go. Okay, let's get, well, a couple things more to go. All right. There we go. That is mostly set up. Sorry, guys. Everybody, don't forget to get checked in. I am late to the check-in. Unfortunately, that doesn't surprise me. I had a super late night. But we're making up for it. Thank you, Zara. Good man. I'm literally on the last thing and then I'm good to go, guys. So just bear with me a little longer. Just left the store. That's okay. Zara, how far away is it for you to get home? I'm gonna delay the start today. I think it's only the right thing to do just because I'm late to check in. All right. We got volume. We got everything we need. Welcome in, everybody. If anybody wants to tell me if the audio needs to be turned up, turned down, you do your thing. Mage, do you have any questions for me? That's okay, Zaire. We will definitely make sure that we don't start for 15 more minutes. Vital. Thank you for wishing everybody good luck. Ultimate. Oh, actually, we still have one last thing to do. Of course we do. It's never ending. Let's go to downloads. What am I thinking? What am I doing? What is Donnie doing? I gotta go here. Change that to the thumbnail for today. All right. Now we are officially good to go. All right. I'll start reading chat now. Shoot, my vape is broken. Eve, mayday, mayday. Go get another one. You've got time. We're running late. We're running late. You've got time. Anybody have any questions about today so far? Not that we've gotten started at all. We have not. I'm just nervous about the navigating part. Well, that's okay. You know what? The bright side is we're going to be a little late to start today. A little late to start. So, because of that, Mage, I have no questions. That's good. You're the most important person not to have questions. So, since we're going to be late to start, because we're going to give a little bit more time for check-in, we're going to be really lenient, especially at the beginning on any DQs or drop matches, okay? Lunar, yes. So essentially what's going to happen is that as soon as I say we're ready to go, which I can do anytime after 9, I can press this button called Start Tournament. There will be a button for you that you can click and it will go right to your very first match. Sounds good, Mage. Sure, I'm sure. Not with me, you don't. Ultimate, not with me, you don't. You have time to do it with somebody else.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
But yeah, it'll essentially kind of prompt you on the limit list. As long as you're checked in and you're on that page, once I press start, you can press refresh. It's pretty simple. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's really not that complex. Anyone that is here, if you potentially want to be live, Mage is going to be in charge of who's live for us today. $51 registered, 27 deck lists. Snapping, I saw that you're here. Welcome in. Sorry I didn't say hi when I saw you with your little Pikachu. You better have signed in. You better gone and done it. I guess in the meantime I can close out some of these tabs so I can be a little bit more organized. Looks like we're good. I just did. Thank you, Snapping. Appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Got people coming in. I'm not going to join this one. Well, that's on you, Lil Groon. At least you're here to potentially watch. Honestly, I would say this is one to join. It's literally like only 20 people have readied up and checked in. Well, 25 for check-in. So, I mean, I would say that, you know, your odds are pretty good in this exact moment. I am going to bio real quick. Ultimate, did you press the check-in button? You did. You're checked in. You're good to go. Then you're good to go. Um, I love it. We have some people that have checked in that have not put in the decks yet. Oh, a couple people just hopped in right now. Hey everyone, Weeza, welcome in. Hey, Snapping, I just did. Me. Eve, Snapping is now snapping. It's just a snapping situation. All right, Mage, when you do get back, it's most likely Ursi Day tournament players that have joined. I mean, that's totally fair, Eve. They have the right to join too. We are going to still give it a little bit of time, so anybody that is on the wait, I am going to just put a little note up for everybody on the Discord. We are going to delay starting for an extra 10 minutes to late check in. All right, I'll be right back. Wonder what he had for me upon my return. I was just gonna say to write a message, but I just wrote it out myself. That we're gonna do like a delayed start. That's it. That's all I was gonna say. Bulbasaur Dust Noir meta next pack? I don't think so. Oh, hello. Hello. That's fair. That's fair. Snapping, you are the only one. Couple extra minutes before we start the tournament. We are getting a couple last second check-ins. Snapping, if I had a choice or any sort of advice, I would, obviously if you got to do your thing, you got to do your thing, but you can always just DQ the first round and see if you have time to get in on the second one. Just throwing that out there. But obviously if life gets in the way, I get it. You're busy. Nick, I did hit Masters in the end yesterday. Just barely, but we did it. Chris, good man. We put a delay on it. You're good. Are you all checked in? You're good to go, Chris? Honestly, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Better late than never. I'm glad that you're in here. It'd be nice to get 2 more people in, checked in, ready to go. Because then we're at 32. I know we'll get DQs. I get it. I know how this works. But we want to give everybody that last second. We did ping a couple of people that I'm sure appreciated pings. But I think we're getting close. Good, Sire. Glad you made it home. I have no idea what the BlueStacks app is. Ultimate, so that's up to you. I have no idea. Oh, that's for emulating. It should all work. Rayquaza will be the same time tomorrow. It'll be like tomorrow. Top 8 will start right now, essentially. 12 p.m. PDT. Then you should be fine, Ultimate. All right. I said we'll give it 6 more minutes. If anybody has any last questions, you let me know. I wonder if it'll even let people still register. I'm sure it probably would. I haven't pressed start yet. Pepin Mex. Oh, we just got an alert. Unusual joint activity. Mage, do you know how to? Can you fix the moderator only? The alert. Do you mind fixing that for me again? How the tournament going so far? Jamie, it's just about to start. It's just about to start. If you want in, Jamie, you got 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes to get in on it. Thank you, Mage. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. A couple words. Thank you for the delay, or everybody putting up with the delay. We will be getting started in about 3 minutes. This is the DCC2, the Donnie's Coliseum Clash 2. Put on by me and assisted by Mage. Tomorrow we will be doing top 8, co-casting top 8. This whole event has been funded by the community itself, which, appreciate all of you for participating in making this happen. Quick little reminder, the prize pool today is $100 and it is paid out to the, I believe, top 6. I think that's what we said. And on top of that, so you have to make it to tomorrow. Also, depending on where you live, your prize will be fluctuated based on fees. I know, I'm nitpicking, but we did learn last time that we have people from all over the world, and depending on what currency you're going into, the fees can be a lot more. So rather than the fees coming out of the prize pool funding, it comes out of the prize itself. So, what are the Discord channels for? I don't understand the question. I'll be watching this time. I'll try to play next time. Sounds good, Jamie. Sounds good. All right. So we got last 2 minutes. If anybody has any last second questions, we are about to get started here. 31 people checked in. 37 deck lists. That's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Probably a result of me not turning this on last night. Are you playing yourself, Donnie? No, I'm not. Hello, by the way. I am not playing myself. Trigger, are you in on the tournament? Are you signed up? Don't worry about it. Ultimate, unless we ask you for it, you don't have to worry about it. I will be a Pokemon champion one day. I was the first sign up. Damn. Oh, you were the very first sign up. You definitely were. First person in and well, hopefully not first person out. I was the first sign up. Good man, Trigger. Chicken, I will be a Pokemon champion one day. Maybe you will one day. First in, first. Maybe you just win it all. Maybe it's for first come, first serve. Who knows? All right, guys. We are 1 minute away before we press that start button. Mage, I will await for you to tell me if you want to send people to the lobby I'm in. But yeah, I'll let you pick whatever matches I'm in once it starts. And we are starting in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Yellow, hope you're doing good. Are you? Yes, we do want to do this action. Bracket is started. So there is a bracket open for everybody. You should be able to get to that next spot of figuring out what you are going to do, what you need to do. Yeah, Eve, you probably, well, yeah, so everybody should be going to their respective lobbies. All right? Everybody should be going to their respective lobbies. So, make sure that there is a chat room. So, go to your chat room lobby. Make sure that you coordinate with everybody, you know? Do a little chit-chat gander if you need to. Weeza. Yeah, Eve knows what's up, so you can go and stream by the looks of it. Talk us through streaming again. Yes, there is a link for that. I will drop a link for you right now. Weeza, link is right there for you. Click on that, gives you a 30-second overview on how to do it. Nick, I don't think anybody's won anything so far. You might have a buy or something, which means that just... But I don't think any... There's literally 0 results on the page, so nobody's won anything yet. Lunar, games are starting. We're getting ready to start. Everybody should be getting in, getting ready. Lunar, what's the question marks for? Games are started. How many Darkrai Giratina? Good question. 11 decks are Darkrai Giratina, 7 are Charizard, 2 are Giratina Mewtwo, 1 Gyarados, 1 Magnezone, 1 Clodsire, 1 Palkia, 1 Dialga, 1 Meowscarada, 1 Goldango, 1 Wugtrio. I'm still waiting for Eve to start streaming their match. Eve hasn't pressed, oh. Unless somebody's in King of the Hill. Whoa. Whoa, we do not need multiple streams being streamed at the same time. I know this is Eve, so I'm going to put on Eve right now. Just to have something on screen. We got Eve on game number 1. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good. We've got Eve versus Pepin MX. Drix, we're just getting started. We are on round 1 right now. We had a late check-in, so we are just getting things started. We got Eve versus Pepin right now. Eve versus Pepin right now. We see that cape going down here. First. Okay, I can see your deck just fine. Use the Discord for these kind of things. But yeah, we're just getting started. Game 1, hot and heavy. We're in. So you haven't missed too much. How long do we give our opponent to respond before calling a judge? 3P1C fail, just because we had a little bit of a late start. Be a little patient with us. Be a little patient with us. Who is your opponent? Who is your opponent? So first knockout happens with Mewtwo here. And the Giratina is coming up with full energy here. 20 damage down. Our red is going to be able to tackle this Mewtwo and take it out. All right, so we do see 2 points apiece. 0 energies on the side of Eve now. Evolve. And we get the cape. Energies, see, the one thing we will say is that energies can definitely stack fairly quickly here. Energies can stack fairly quickly here. Dropping the Mars, bringing that down to 1 card here for Pepin. And up to 2 energies here. That Rocky Grunt doesn't get anything today. Not any big hits off this yet. Energy stacked to the 9s here for this Darkrai or Giratina. 20 HP left. Where do you go from here? Drix, how's your morning been going so far? Jamie, it's tough. It's definitely tough. I can definitely get behind it. It's a tough call, and you can even see it right here with a heavy heart doing the swap here. Playing that leaf, putting it in, but you know, that is why the Mars goes down, right? Mars gets them down to 1 card. Pokeball goes down. That will definitely help get that Darkrai EX, and that will be enough energy right here to bring game 1 to a close here for Pepin taking game 1. Pepin and Evil. GG's, guys. Let's keep it going. Keep the games coming in hot. Just got off work, but good morning so far. Hey, Drix, that's good. That's good. Saturday, the fact that you have to work on Saturday is what sucks. That's what sucks. Anybody that missed it, we did end up hitting Master Ball last night on ranked. Just barely. We did do it. Nicest. I'm still at work. Aw, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you can stick around and watch a little bit of the tournament today with us. All right. Here we go. Game 2. Turn 1 is going to Pepin. Getting that energy with the Bellow on the back line for the Giratina. Pokeball also being played on Eve's side here. Oh, well, nicest. Yeah, no, just play. Just play. You don't have to. I thought you meant you're still at work and you weren't able to play. Sorry, it's been a chaotic morning. Chaotic morning. So we are going to see the energy split happen here. One energy on the Mewtwo, one on the Giratina. Now, there's obviously two ways you can go about it. You can double down. You can put one energy on on each. Usually more defensively would be putting it on one of each rather than all on one. I admittedly have not played very much of Mewtwo Giratina to tell you which one I would say is better. I just do know that one is more posturing for aggression, whereas the other one is more posturing for a defensive playstyle. And here we go. So yeah, continuing with that, we've got the two energies on each. It's kind of putting in a situation where either could happen, right? You could have either Pokemon kind of pop off at one time. All right. So Professor's research goes down. We did see another Darkrai hit the bench here for Pepin, and now we're going to decide where these energies go. Now, looking at Pepin's side, you've got one energy on the Darkrai, and the Giratina is fully ready to be fired up. So, no more time needed on his side. He's kept the healing on top of Mewtwo also. So, on both sides of this, it has been a completely different story of what's been happening here. So the energy going down with the ability, another Giratina hitting the bench here. And there we go. So this is going to go, this has to come and hit a head at some point in time. At some point in time, something has to give, and it will be in this moment. All right. Opting for the energy on the Mewtwo here. Giant cape on the back line, so definitely just trying to be prepared to take some big hits here. And there we go, 150 damage down. Darkrai just barely hanging on, 10 HP left. The Mars goes down. Now, obviously the Mars probably anticipating for like, oh, like, you didn't take the kill. Why didn't you take the kills? Because you didn't have the cards or because you're trying to save them? Preemptive Mars drops it from 6 cards to 3. Scumbag. Why is your Pokemon 360p and you 1080p? Great question. Because we have blown up the game right from Discord. I probably could... I'd probably pop it out and maybe make it a little bit better. Let's see how the rest of this game goes first, real quick. But we'll see if we can pop it out and make it a little bit bigger, and that will stretch it a little less. The mad fam messaging here. Mayday, mayday. All right. Of course, that was the wrong button for sure. Oh, that's why it was the wrong button. Because it went to the wrong screen. That was wrong. That was definitely all wrong. Victory. I think that we're just going to have so many more issues with trying to do it the way that... I'm not sure that that actually even helped. That might have made it a little better. We'll see real quick here. Not sure if that's better. It's definitely not worse though. You let me know if that looks a little bit cleaner. I think that's about the same though. I don't think we did any better with that. Good enough, let it be, exactly. Has it started yet, Scumbag? We definitely... The tournament is running as we speak. We are on game 3 right now with Eve and Pepin. All right. So we spent most of this match not doing anything. There we go. So we've got Giratina fully energized. We got a couple energies on the back here with Mewtwo. We got Darkrai EX with a couple energies up front here. And also a Giratina in the back fully energied. So 0 points a piece. Things are about to come to a hit right here. Takes first hit. Swaps into the Giratina right now. This is where it gets tough. We're going to see a lot of energies fall off the board, likely right here, right now. Rocky Helmet going down. Oh yeah, Chris, did they tell you they forfeit, or they just submitted the things? All right, there we go. We're going to see energy hit here. Okay, honestly, I know I'm not supposed to telegraph, but, you know, held on to it. Yeah, the Cyrus in on the Darkrai is looking pretty good, but I'm not sure it's going to be quite enough to get the job done. 150 HP is unfortunately a number that can definitely be hit right here, right now. This is E versus Pepin. Well, there you go, Chris. Energy unfortunately hits that Darkrai, and we are going to see the chaotic impact happen here. And that's going to do 130 damage. And that is going to conclude our first set here. G to the freaking G's. Eve and Pepin. Did you play a best of 3 ultimate? Carl, it just got started. I needed the cape to win. I just saw you type it in, dude. That's a tough go. All right. Mage, do I need to... Can I just stay in this lobby and go to the next watch stream? Like, are we that organized that I can just stay in this stream right now? Because that would be sweet. Then all I have to do is just do a little modification right here. We got Trigger here. No, we're not sure what game this is, but that is okay with us. The fact that we got games is what we're looking for. So... All right, here we go. 2 points ahead. We got a Darkrai with a helmet doing 80 damage against this Arceus right now. Full bench on the back line here with this Dialga with 3 energies. And this is against L. Takes me a hot second to get it set up, but once we're set up. Trigger must be playing on a tablet. These dimensions, I tell ya. Not complaining, we play on a tablet too. There we go. Full screen it. All right, here we go. So 2 points apiece. It is Trigger's turn, or Trig 1's turn. Both Giratina hitting the board. It's fairly much gotten this way just by brute forcing this match so far. And he is determined that it is time to stall out a little bit longer to help out here. Stall out a little bit longer to help out here. You always are in that weird spot though, you know, with Dialga 3 energies, you never know if it's gonna try to get a fourth to get 100, or if it's going to try to Metallic Turbo and get more energy on the bench. Now, looking at the bench, it looks like it's just going to go onto Dialga, but you don't know until you know. Welcome in, Don. Ultimate, I would go and look at the bracket. You can go and see where you are on the loser's bracket, and you can open the next match. You can go open the next match manually there, or you should be able to click on a thing in the top, I believe, of your last game and be able to defeat GG's in the last game and get it done there. Should be a button for it. I'll open the bracket right now just in case your person is kind of impatiently waiting. He hasn't said anything yet, so Ultimate, you're good. Just get there when you can. You're good, Ultimate. You made it. All right. So it looked like we still got another match here to go. Another match here to go for Trig. Mage, what would you like me to say? Who would you like me to yell at? Nicest, I'm listening. You're like that one kid. The teacher gets mad at everyone. I was listening to you, teacher. All right, so we do see Darkrai hit the bench here. Obviously a little bit of back and forth figuring out, and the Rocky Helmet is what wins. Christopher needs to get out of the lobbies. Out of the streaming lobbies. I mean, to be fair, it's not affecting me right now, Mage. If it's like, if you're thinking it's affecting me, because the way I have it now is just it's gonna prioritize the big screen. But if it's affecting other things, we can definitely get that taken care of. That's true. That's true. Chris, if you are listening, please do not be in the lobbies. Await to be told to be in the lobbies. Ultimate, that's all good. Give him some time. We're in no rush this second. Give it like give it another 5 minutes and then let us know. And, you know, put messages in there. That's also a very fair point, Mage. All right. So we are seeing a situation here where we've only got one energy. L only has one energy on the Dialga EX. Second energy going up right now. As per the custom, probably hoarding everything in hand so that you don't have to worry about any Sabrina's screwing it up, and that is what we're seeing right here. So Dialga hits the bench. Metallic Turbo is going to be definitely highly considerable right now, with a potion going off. That will get some energy on this back line. Now, obviously, if you had a choice, you're going to want to put it on the Arceus, but if you don't have the Arceus, 2 energies on Dialga is definitely not a big deal. I wish I had that voice, Jamie. Wow. Taken out on the word go. There seems to be what does he say? There seems to be a different number of Pokemon, like something like that. All right, so we do see some potions go down, a little bit of healing. The bench is looking pretty strong here for Trig. Cape going down on the Darkrai here, and honestly, yeah, I mean, and so fully tooled out, right? Fully tooled out. Pretty much has exactly what he would want. Getting that bellow off, getting that third energy onto the Giratina here. I mean, it's keeping up. Even though the metallic turbos have gone off, it keeps up completely. Chicken, that's not how it works. Nope. You can definitely still get first place. Don't worry about it. Just win. Just keep winning now. Seems to be a super effective move. The Sabrina gets played. What Pokemon will the trainers pick next? Alright, the Giratina EX goes in with no energies from the Sabrina. We're going to see another Metallic Turbo go off for L. L, obviously, under normal circumstances, would have loved, absolutely loved to see more energy, or sorry, see an Arceus hit the field anything other than what they have. Definitely would be what you'd want. But we're going to see the Leaf Blade here. That's going to pull out that Giratina, and we are going to go back into the other Giratina. That's essentially just reversing, costs a card to reverse the Sabrina there. And there we go. Giratina is back in. The potion is being debatably dropped. Alright, it's fully being dropped on the Giratina. Get it back to 150 HP. No funny business here today, ladies and gentlemen. Energy up, and Chaotic Impact is being hit. That potion may not seem like it was a big deal, but it is the difference when you do lose 20 HP from the Chaotic Impact. It is the difference between a red being able to get a kill with heavy impact or not. So it is guaranteeing to live through one more hit. Hey Donnie, your video has made me feel a lot better about myself while watching you. I would donate some of my money, but I don't have my bank card connected to my phone, so I can't. Yellow, it's all good. You being here is just as important. Scumbag making a guess on what he thinks is going to win here for the end of the tournament. All right, so the cape goes down, and we are going to see the energy hit the Darkrai doing 20 HP, and that is going to take this to the end of the match here. Getting a Chaotic Impact, doing 130 damage, solidifying those last points here for Trig on game 1. GG's. Taken out on the word go, one might say. I love it. Donnie's Pokestop Tournament. That's the name of the deck. Oh, was that game 3 already? Was that game 3 already for you, Trig? I don't know if that was game 3 or not, but I guess we'll find out. I guess I can go find out. I can go dig for that information also. I am capable of it. That was game 3. All right, GG's, GG's. All right, where am I off to next, Mage? Do I have to leave lobbies, go to a different lobby now? All right, here we go. We're on Mr. Weeza versus Rayquaza right now. Sounds good. Sounds good, Mage. He will say. Does that mean he can't say anything even in the chats? It's all good. If you don't listen to Mage, then yeah, get booted, guys. It's a good lesson. Okay, got you up on the big monitor. Time for some Oblivion. There we go, Don. There we go. Sounds good. Sounds good, Mage. All right. If he needs to talk to us, he'll come in on chat. I'm sure he will. All right. Weeza bringing it down to the last 5 seconds, trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do. 60 HP left. He takes down the other Darkrai to 60 HP also. We do have a mirror match going on here. But Yellow, I do appreciate the message. Sorry, I'll give you more of a response later. I'm just like full in like trying to pay attention cast mode. I need to get like a big GG clip that I can play, you know? It'll be like GG's, like with just like a lot of hype when somebody wins. Especially when like a big play happens. Alright, so the Mars gets dropped here. Everybody's still at full prizes. So really interesting that is a preemptive. But obviously you can see there is a difference in the HP and the Pokemon here on the front active line and the bench here. Especially too because we can see that we do have the cape on Weeza's Giratina on the bench. 170 HP means that it can get a little bit of work done here. But there is a lot of things going on behind the background that we still have to pay attention to. So, 2 points going to Rayquaza here. We got the Giratina going in right now, full of energy, and the Cyrus going down to take out the Giratina in the back. With this happening, it is going to be a lot of work. A lot of work for a 60 HP Darkrai with only 2 cards in hand to get this done, put it together. They'll be in progress. Sounds good, Mage. Sounds good. All right, so I think we are going to see this one come to a head here real quick. We are not sure which game this is, but it is definitely looking very one-sided for the trainers on this side of the board. Don, with you watching on the big screen, how is the volume? Do I need to turn the game up, turn the game down? And 120 big ones happen here. Not quite enough. Even with the red, it is just not going to be enough to lock this in. And that is going to be game. The game is going to Weeza here. Chaotic Impact. 10 HP left, guys. That is how close it comes down to sometimes on these mirror matches. 10 HP left. I believe it was only a single card per player. Could have been an extra card or two for Weeza, but they're tight. Tight list for sure. That was tough. Weeza, was that game 3? All right, we're going to hop out of this. We're going to go to the other lobby now. Stop watching. Okay, there's nothing playing in lobby 1. Waiting for Trig to be streaming. GG's, Weeza. You make it to the next round. It's good. Awesome. Thank you, Don. Thank you for sound checking me. We are motoring through the tournament today, guys. Motoring through. Appreciate everybody for being here, wanting to hang out with us. As per what somebody said earlier, we got this now running at what, 1080p? Not 1080p. All right, there we go. So Trig's got 2 points very early on against this Charizard deck. 2-2. Darkrai going out with 2 energies against a Charizard with 2 energies. Anyone having fun yet? Chris, I think we're all having fun. I'm having fun. Just being here is fun. All right, so we do see a Tails go down on the Rocket Grunt here. Dark, I mean, it's gonna be tough here. I think you gotta have a handful of heals to live through another turn here. Professor's Research, okay. Another Moltres on the board. Energy on the Moltres. Okay, that we're gonna see X speed with a retreat here. Ellie is saying, if I can get one more turn here, I maybe, just maybe, can pull this through. Does the retreat double X speed? That Professor's research came in massively clutch there. Get a little Shaman heal off on the back line. Moltres is going to do the Inferno Dance, and we'll see what happens from here. Yes, you know what, Ultimate? That's where it starts. Your very first tournament, man. Congratulations. You made it through. You made it through. All right, so we are going to see one energy go down, and boom, that Cyrus is just going to pull that Charizard in. There's no escaping this Darkrai, and this is going to close out this game. Ellie After Dark, or Ellie Dark, will concede on that one. Trigger takes that game. We're not sure if this is game number 1 or number 2. I would assume that's game number 1. But we will find out real quick here. Chicken, be patient. Just be patient. The one thing I want you to remember is that if you did just play, like if you're playing a match against somebody and you're not in round 1, they obviously have played matches. So like, you know, let's be, you know, considerate. We're already motoring. We're going so fast today. So we're not necessarily in just a mad rush. All right, Ellie Dark and Trig are going on to game 2. That's right, game 2 here. Weeza, if you have any questions, leave it in the DCC chat for Mage to answer. Or he'll tell you right here. Just play. Just play. All right. We've got the next game here with, this is going to be Trig versus Ellie Dark. Ellie Dark is also a streamer. We've met Ellie Dark before, and I believe they are from the UK. And I believe her and her partner do also run some tournaments in the UK, which is pretty awesome. Glad to have them here today. We do see the Giratina EX as the lead against the Charmander lead. Pretty standard, you know, you get the Rocky Helmet out, you're going to put the energy on, and that is going to take us right to Ellie's turn. Let's see what they can put together here. Obviously, the Charmander up front is not exactly what you want, but in my opinion, if I had to have a Charmander up front, I'd want it to be against a Giratina EX. If I had a choice. You don't always have the choice, unfortunately, but in this scenario, they do. Alright, so we do get the retreat off, and we're hoping that that pays off long term here, because we're at 0 energy on Ellie's side of the board. Now, we're going to see that dark energy go down. We're going to see the Mars get played. Just, you know what? I'm going to take away all your cards now. You can start rebuilding. Donnie, I need a lobby reset. Yeah. Which match? Which match do you need me to go and reset? Mage, I'm paying attention. You just tell me what you need resetted. Winners 2-11. Alright, I'm on it. I'm on it. You need the full thing reset? I'm just going to reset all of it. You guys figure it out. All right, we're back at it. Apologies on that, but we are back in it. We're good to go. All right, so what have we missed, guys? Let's come back to it. We've missed that there's a Charizard with full HP with 5 energy on it, and a Moltres with 1 energy. A Darkrai finally on the bench for Trig, doing some chip damage slowly. 2 energies on the Darkrai, but now we do have a Giratina fully capable to get some work done and get a kill here. Now, this is a tough spot. 5 energies is not a fun space to be at when you're looking at a Charizard. The barrel of a shotgun, essentially. Bye. You can always hang out, Ultimate, watch the tournament. You might learn something. All right, Chaotic Impact goes down. We are going to see Moltres get taken out here. And first 2 points are going to be for Trig in this game. And we got a massive Charizard. 5 energies on it. Hitting the field right here. Pokeball being dropped. And the real question is, there we go. That's a Moltres. And that is going to be tough to get around at this point in the game. Definitely tough to get around. Without that, you know, you have some options from the support cards. But him being on the bench alone takes a lot of those abilities away. Nisus, if you go and take a look, you can see who you're playing on the bracket. Zyre, why are we so... Oh, I'll have to check later. Zyre, what deck did you end up using? Now I'm worried. Alright, so we do see that next energy go down onto Darkrai. It's going to chip away at this Charizard. And the Rocket Grunt is getting dropped here. Rocket Grunt getting dropped. Gets the tails. And that was likely the lifeline needed. And we are going to see the concede here out of Trig. That is going to take the set to 1-1. Red Velvet, are you anywhere to be seen? If you can hear me, you are being called to your matches. Alright, we are going to game 3. Eldark versus Trig. Both have been on stream before. Trig, newer... Well, actually, Trig, fun fact, was the first person to sign up for the DCC. So, he, of course, at this point in time, is not first in, first out. He has been coming in, making a name for himself. Zyre, you're still in it. That's what matters the most. You're still in it. You're taking names. You got in a double win there, it looks like. Alright, so Moltres is in the active spot. We also are seeing that there's a Shaman on the bench. So Shaman on the bench with the Moltres. Not exactly where you want to be in this situation, but no energy's out yet, so you haven't fallen behind yet. First energy does go down onto the Darkrai as expected with the deck, with the helmet, and Broken Space Bellow as per expected. So, we do see the Charmander hit the field, which is very, very nice. That is going to be an energy. We'll see some Inferno Dancing. So really, this is just going to come down to a lot of coins. And honestly, the full bench. So Ellie has exactly what they want. Welcome in, Strings. Thank you for the raid, brother. We are doing the tournament today. Stay tuned to watch the rest of the tournament. We are on game 3 right now of Ellie Dark versus Trig. We got 1 heads there, unfortunately. Irita, welcome in. How many people came from Strings? Welcome in, guys. We are doing a tournament today. The DCC2. Very exciting. We are seeing the the bellowing, the more energy. Now this is really going to come down to whether this Moltres can live or not. Now Charmeleon hitting the field definitely gives some confidence for Ellie. Second energy on there. Okay, so telegraphing one thing. Energy going on to Charmeleon means that we are not expecting for an attack to come out of this Moltres. A little heal here is going to give a little bit more space, but 3 energies is exactly what the doctor ordered. 5 energies on this Charmeleon again. It gets really tough from this point on. Trig has 2 energies on each, right? 2 energies on each. You're not in a situation where you can necessarily just attack, because when you're only running the 1 energy type, you do need to say, like, you are mentally prepared to say, there will be 3 turns of no attacks. At some point in time, it's now or later, at 3 turns, you will opt to not attack in this game, hoping to get them out of the way right away. Any decks that are standing out? Tham, welcome in. We are going to go over the meta day at the end of today's when we get to the top 8. We will talk about what we're excited to see going forward. One thing I will say is we're seeing, I think there's quite a bit more Charizard decks than I would have expected today. Not saying that that's like completely out of the normal, but I think that, yeah, our second most used deck today is the Charizard decks. So I would say that that is probably the big interesting thing to me. Donnie's Troll and Strings Troll, welcome in. Gotcha, just wondering because I still be waiting for my next opponent. Alright, so we do see the first 2 points go to Ellie here. And it's a tough situation here, you know, you got 0 points, you got a Moltres almost dead, a Charizard with 4 energies, and you didn't do the Space Bellow. That's what makes it tough, right? When you don't do that Bellow, like I said, you are with this deck opting that there will be 3 turns where you don't attack, and if they can explode in those 3 turns, well, then you get in a rough spot. But with a Rocket Grunt comes an opportunity for greatness. And let's see, that is the 3rd Rocket Grunt we have seen today. All 3 of them have been tails. And that is going to be the GGs with Ellie moving on in the winning bracket. Peter, how you doing? It's been a hot minute since we've seen you. Nicest, I'm not seeing my name. What does that mean? Click dashboard. Thank you, Weeza. All right, we're hopping in here to oh, that's not a match. Sorry, Zare. I thought I was streaming a match here. Mage, where am I off to next? Is somebody else lined up for me? Oh, okay. So I am watching Zaire's screen. Okay, Zaire, I'm on your screen. Let's see this next match. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone is doing great. Got a good amount of people in here. We got over 25 people fluctuating in watching the tournament today, which we're absolutely loving. Thank you guys for being a part of this today. We are getting in on Zaire versus Trig. Two people from the community up and at 'em right now. I'm loving this. That is why we put this together for you guys. I love Zaire doesn't want to miss a minute. It's like, no, I'm keeping Donnie on screen. I'm keeping Donnie on screen forever. Strings, what were you up to on your stream this morning? All right, so we are going to see turn one is going to Trig here. Interesting deck we have going on here. We got the Cresselia EX deck with the Giratina versus our very classic Dark Tina deck. We got to fix that real quick. Sorry about that. Hand is off the table now. All right, here we go. So we do see turn number one for Trig. There's no energy out here, whereas we did see the Cresselia get the Rocky Helmet. The Giratina getting the Cape and double energies here. It's a very unique deck. Cooked up just in the last, essentially, 24 hours here. One thing that we're loving about this deck is that, you know, the Cresselia EX does have that healing ability. Anyone that has forgotten has that ability to negate that chip damage. So we are seeing double energy on everything right here, just as you'd expect. The only difference is instead of a Mewtwo, we got the Cresselia EX. And also we got two of them too. Rocket Grunt gets dropped. Fourth Rocket Grunt today. 4 tails. Are you sure it's 50%, everyone says? Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. Whether it's 50% or not, it's definitely not 50% when it's against me. When it's against me, it seems to be a lot higher than 50%. But isn't that how it always seems? Rocky Helmet goes down on the Darkrai. 2 energies. We finally do get the Giratina, but it might be too late. We've talked about this again and again. Every single time you do the Bellow, you are opting to say there's a turn when I will not attack. And here we go. 5th Rocket Grunt of the day on stream. Here we go. Can we make some magic? And there we go. We get some magic. Boom. 3 energies. That Darkrai, pretty much we are at a fresh start. fresh start of the game for Trig because of that. Hard pill to swallow, but it is part of the game. The real question is, can you come back from this? Or do you just take this time to digest it? Take a breath. You know, you don't need to just opt and get out right away. Just take your time and digest what's happening and be ready for the next game. So we do see the Sabrina. That's going to help slow this down just a tad. Giratina going up. Well, you know what I will say, Chris. Out of 5, we've seen 3 heads out of 5 go down. Out of 5 Rocket Grunts, we've seen 3 heads. So the odds, you know, maybe it's like 50% you get nothing, and then the other 50% you get a lot of something to make up for it, right? So, won't know until we know. Pokeball is being dropped here. The full bench of development for Zyre here. What is this deck? Somebody was asking me, do we have any decks that are standing out? And I tell you, this might be that deck that stands out. All right, so opting to take the turn to get the Space Bellow down. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, sometimes you do. There's essentially 2 trains of thought when it comes to pathing. It gets broken down harder than this, but a good way to think about it is when you're ahead, you can do one of 2 things. You can try to leap, or you can baby step. Now, if you leap, there's a chance you fall and they catch up. If you baby step, you have to time it properly. Otherwise, if they make some aggressive moves, they can jump back up to catch up to you. So, you know, sometimes there's the safe play and then there's the risky play, and you have to figure out which one is best for your game play style, or which one gives you the best chance to win. Usually if you leap, obviously because they've been set back, it gets you quite a bit further ahead. But alternatively, if you baby step it, you take those small little chunks, another hit. It can stack up, and it can just be too hard to come back from. Death by a thousand cuts. So we're gonna see like full energies on Giratina, full energies on Cresselia EX, bonus energies going down on the next Giratina now. The beauty of running Psychic is you do not need to use that Space Bellow. You can develop without it. So Zyre just has to figure out what is the best plan of attack from here. Nicest. Yo, Donnie, what's up? What's up, man? All right, we're going to see the Chaotic Impact go down here. 130 damage, taking that Giratina down very, very low. Nicest. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Not sure what you want me to do about it. Did you check in? Did you play matches? Because we've been at the tournament for over an hour and 10 minutes. Thambix, talk to Mage. If your match hasn't started yet, maybe. Alright, so we do get the heal. If you lose 2 sets, it means you're out, chicken, correct. I haven't had any losses yet. Goldango Dialga deck, maybe. Honestly, that sounds interesting enough. Mage. Yeah, set that up. Hopefully they don't. If they can wait until we're done this set, that would be sweet. All right, so we do see 2 points going on the board here. And this Giratina's had all the time in the world on Trig's side. It now has 4 energies. I got smacked, said Eve. Oh no. Now Mars gets dropped, dropping us down to 1 card here. We're gonna see a big hit happen right here. It's gonna be a tough go here, but it's not over. It's not over until it's over. So we do see Giratina EX go back out. And you know what? Here's the thing. Even with a 3 rocket lead, that does not mean that this is ever going to be free. It does not mean that these are ever going to be free games. You're going to have to battle to the bitter end no matter what. We do see the Rocky helmet go down. Chaotic Impact going in right here, right now. Zyre has hit for 130 damage. Taking Zyre's Giratina down to 130. So we are looking at potentially, unless there's a heal on the board, a tied situation going on right now. In this format, ties count as 0. You replay a match if it's a tie. And the double potion is dropped, and that is going to be game number 1 here. GG's. Whoa. That's tough. It's tough, Jamie. Easy to say when you're not playing. Easy to say when you're not playing, brother. Oh, was that game 3 right there? Was that game 3? All right. We're on to game 2 now. 1 up for Trig. You know, commendable. It was a dire situation for Trig, and Trig definitely came out of the depths there to bring that back and did every trick out of the book. The deck, the deck has a lot. It's a tight list, right? So when you're playing something that's, off meta, you are competing with something that it's like, okay, like I know this deck well. I know what needs to happen for it to win, right? So. All right, we're going to see Giratina versus the Cresselia right off the bat here. First energy is going to be going to Trig this time. Perfect split. So, there we go. We got Rocky Helmet going down on the Cresselia EX. And the bench is going to stay empty for now. All right. So, Mage, shout out for doing an excellent job. Taking a look down, I was like, I should probably not look down. All right, guys. We've got a couple energies here on the Cresselia EX, and you know what? This is likely going to be the issue of the deck. You know, at least you can keep up with the chip damage of a Darkrai, but it is tough to keep up when you cannot Space Bellow at the same time. Nisus, I hear you. If you did everything right, really there's nothing we can do once a tournament starts. The reality is there's nothing we can do once a tournament starts. Brother, the way Limitless works is once we press start on the tournament, it generates, and there's no way to ungenerate that tournament. Once it's generated, there is no going back for us. So if you saw both of the check marks and your name never popped up, I mean, first of all, we're an hour in. So, I mean, it would, but even saying that, there's nothing we can do. There's literally nothing we can do. Stoops? I don't know what you're trying to say there. Nicest, like, there really isn't anything we can do about it. And like, you know, I don't know what if you have screenshots, please provide them if you have them. I don't think you would have them, because why would you have them? But, you know, the reality is, once the bracket's made, there is no customizing these brackets. They're designed to be randomized. That's the format. And the only way we could theoretically get you back in is we have to cancel the whole tournament. We have to cancel the whole tournament. So what I would say is that Limitless does have a Discord. And if you do have screenshots of all the proof, then honestly they are the ones to talk to about it. Be like, hey, I checked in and I didn't get in on the bracket. Like, it's one thing if it's me and Mage have made a mistake and we DQ'd you, but it's a whole other thing if you don't go in. That sounds like an IT situation. Does this typically happen? Honestly, Nicest, this is our second tournament. You're the first one to happen for us, but you know, we're only a pool of, what, 80 people after 2 tournaments. So, that's the best I can say is, I don't know, man. Like, ultimately, it comes down to, like, you had the check marks. If you did press check in, then, you know, so there is 3 things for a tournament, right? You got to submit a deck, you have to check in, and then you have to ready. There's a difference between checking in and readying, and it's right beside. As soon as you check in, it says, are you ready? And then you say, yes, you're ready. If you didn't say that you're ready, then it would say that you're checked in and not ready. That's literally the best description I can give you at this point in time. If you want, at some point in time, we could make a mock-up tournament just to, like, show the steps of doing it in the future. But at this point in time, that's where we're at, man. There's literally nothing we can do about it. It's not like this is a paper tournament where we can slot you in, man. I wish I could. That's just not how it works, though. Are the new decks out? Oh, dog, welcome in. No, they are not out yet. I feel like this is, I can go and look for you, Zaire. I think that this is game number 2, though. This is game number 2. Trig up 1. Nisus, yeah, why does this typically happen? Yeah, so I've essentially given you all the information I can give. If you do have any sort of screenshots or proof of it, please feel free. Like, honestly, there is a Discord for them for you to report it. All right, where is this next match? Is this next match being streamed somewhere where I can watch it? Goldango deck. GG's guy. Oh. I think that... Zaire, I think you're done. Winner lobby 2. All right, just waiting for them to start live streaming, and we are in, ready to watch. Am I missing something here? I don't see anybody streaming. I'm just gonna BRB for like 30 seconds while we figure this out. They just got here. Okay, sounds good, Nate. Nisus, this is not the place to do this. If you want to message me, you can message me, brother. Not here, though. It's not a place for you to make a thing on here. If you would like to personally message me, you can definitely do that. Oh, did I miss a match because I was in the wrong friggin' lobby? Alright, sounds good, Nisus. Well, we can chat later about it if you want, but Also, Nisus and everybody, I want everyone to remember, Mage is dealing with a lot of people right now. He's dealing with a lot of things. So not only is he trying to help you, he's also trying to keep the stream running so that I can have people running. He's also dealing with other people, keeping them running on both chats. So Mage is doing an excellent job. Exactly. So Mage, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing great. Guess we're going back to lobby 2 and waiting for that match. All right, back to lobby 2. Bug Catchers Act didn't make it, Don, and we didn't, and Snapping had to dip out last second. All right, just to be clear, Mage, am I where I'm supposed to be? Not that I'm in a rush. Nobody's streaming right now. There's just 3 people in lobbies. I am currently in winner's bracket lobby 2. This guy is cheating. All right, well, Lunar, we'll figure that out in a second here. Okay, well, Lunar, you don't have to put it on the chat. We'll figure it out. Take it up on the Discord. No, Drix, why are you crying? Are you going over the deck submissions at all? In what way do you mean, Drix? It's my fault, sorry. I tried to figure out how to stream the match. Never done this before. There is a link I can send you right now if you want to watch a quick little tutorial. There is a link that will tell you how to stream matches on Discord. Like how many of what deck you got submitted? Yeah, I can go over that. I can go over that right now with you. So taking a look at what was submitted today, metagame. There was 11 Giratina Darkrai decks, 7 Charizard Moltres decks, 2 Giratina Mewtwo decks, and then a whole bunch of single decks. Gyarados, there was one of Magnezone, Meowscarada one, Clodsire, Palkia, like Clodsire deck, Palkia deck, Dialga deck, Beedrill deck, Goldango deck, Wugtrio deck, Carnivine deck, Hitmonlee Gallade deck, Snorlax Garchomp deck, Beedrill Meowscarada deck, and the Giratina Cresselia deck. Not a single Darkrai Weevil submitted. Not a single one. Okay, Lunar. I see that message right now, Mage. I'll get onto it. Is this a Lunar? I don't know if you guys have the same. Oh, Lunar. We're going to reset that right here. Reset the last 2 matches with Lunar and Martin's S95. Just confirming that will be a reset. Let me press refresh. It's near the bottom. I'm gonna press a reset on that right now. Reset on. Okay, it has been reset. I don't see any match Thambex. Are you in winners bracket lobby? Are you ANU? Is that your name? ANU? Did you watch the... Yeah, you haven't gone live yet. We've got a couple other people. One in Losers Live and somebody else. Oh, not live anymore. Are you in Losers Bracket Live? Who's in the Losers Bracket Live? That's not the right match. Yeah, I don't see Weeza. I see Weeza live in Winners Lobby 1. Dude, you're not live. Did you watch the video? There we go. It looks like we got something. I see something live now, dude. All right. It looks like you are live. You're good to go. You're good to play your sets. Zambex, you got it. You did it. You done good. You done great. All right, here we go. We are up against the with the Goldango deck against a Darkrai Giratina deck. This is in the winners, I believe. The heck? Need a reset on L4-5. I'll do the reset right now for that. L4-5. I'm just gonna do a reset on all the matches. You guys figure it out. Against Kahardi and Rayquaza, it looks like. Just to confirm, that is L4-5. Yes, I see it. Okay. They are reset. You guys reset. All right, here we go. Let's get into some casting. All right. We have got the Darkrai Giratina up, Darkrai in the active spot here. And we do have some major tip damage happening to this Gimmighoul. Now, the Gimmighoul does have the 1 energy on the board. But it will be interesting to see what happens here. 2 energy being on the Darkrai. And we are definitely going to be seeing a Space Bellow here. Tough spot to be in when you're just getting chip damaged down to almost nothing, it feels like. Got the retreat going off here, got Dialga going in, and the Adaman getting dropped. Take 20 less damage from attacks on the opponent, So that's going to help out a little bit here with some defensive play. Now, the Goldango does have the cape on it. Unfortunately, no energies, but starting next turn, energies will be happening. Now the Ionos get dropped. What are we trying to pull here? Metallic Turbo goes off. That's going to get some energy down here. It will take a little bit of heat onto the Dialga EX. But we're down to 110 HP, so if nothing fancy happens, there should be a survival situation here. Of course, that's if nothing fancy happens. Very exciting. Ellie, if you are here, and Perk, we'll call it that. Congratulations, guys, to making it to the top 8. Now, it's a weird situation here. Obviously, you're playing with the situation where it's coins, right? Whoa. Okay. So no attack actually goes off. It was just opting to say, you know what? I'll try to get the kill on you next turn. The potion does go off. That's a tough potion. It's a tough potion. But we are going to just see the potion go down. And trying to decide. There we go. We do see the leaf go out here. And we're going to retreat into Goldango. It's now or never. That is the opinion we've got going on for this Goldango. Hey, we got, yeah, we'll do the flippity floppity and whole 100 damage going down right here onto the Darkrai. Xenix, I put it in the Discord. Okay, so Goldango does go down, unfortunately, here. That is going to only give 1 point, which is great. And we did see the swap, so, you know, if that's what was the intended outcome of what they wanted, then that's great. It is tough, though. It's tough once you lose that Goldango. Not quite enough energies on it because one had to go on to the Gimme Ghoul, and we are going to see the concede happening here. Sean, how's it going? Good question on the tools. Good question. Mr. Weeza. All right, we're going into game number 2. All right, so we do see the Pokeball getting dropped here. We've got the Dialga EX in the active spot. First energy is going to be going to Weeza here with the with the Giratina EX in the active. All right, so as per what we expect, 2 energies, 1 on each, going for you know, not a aggressive play by any means, but we are going to see first energy hit the Dialga EX, and we'll see if the charge gets going here. All right, so we are gonna see some energies go out. Sorry, guys, just dealing with organization of everything. Okay, so we are seeing waiting for Weezer to make a move here. We do still see energies on the board here. Potions going down here, so obviously trying to say, you know what, I want to stay above that 150 threshold if I have the choice, in case Goldango's coming in right here, right now. Or just to get as high as possible. So, as we know, Giratina does need that third turn before it's doing anything. Does the Goldango deck have an Arceus EX in the list? Not that I'm aware of, Jamie. We haven't seen it yet. But Jamie, you are welcome to go and click. You can go and look at the metagame. You can go and check out his deck. Zambex just said, no, there is no Arceus. All right, so we are stacking. It looks like, I know it is not the clearest, but it looks like we are up to 4 energies. It's either 4 or 6 energies on that Goldango right now. And I mean, it's tough. Like, here's the thing. Are you willing? So here's the question you ask yourself is like, how far, like, how many energies do you need? When do you go in? And I'm excited to see Tham when he will go in, right? We don't see a lot of Goldango decks get submitted. So, and this is a winner's match. All right, the chaotic impact does go off. He's opting to say, you know what? At the very minimum, I don't want any more energies. No more energies for you. So, the energy generation has come to a close here. We are going to see Goldango come out, and let's see if Goldango can put in the work that is required at this point in time. Professor's research is being dropped here. And that confirms we are at 6 energies here. All we need is 3 heads, and that will take out this Giratina. And that is enough right here. 2 points going down onto Tham. Hidden Hero. Just a quick reminder, guys, at some point in time, we will be answering some questions today. So, guys, if you have questions for the tournament, you know, like questions about anything at all, feel free to save them. We will get to them. The tournament, Sean, is going well. There has been a couple little things that, you know, when you're dealing with this many people, things happen. But for the most part, we've had some good games so far. We've got this Goldango deck here that Tham is playing. Which is Hidden Hero versus Mr. Weeza. And this is in the winner's side still, which is chaotic that we got a Goldango deck this far. Goldango, spicy. Spicy is right. And here we go. This is all coming down to a coin flip. All coming down to a coin flip. And the Adamant getting dropped. Okay. Okay, let's flip this. We need 3 heads here. 1, 2, and 3. That is GG's. We are going on to game number 3 here. Game number 3. All right. Little nail biter here at the near the end of the day, guys. There's not too many matches left. Weez has been kicking it in winners here, doing a great job. Also, shout out to all of our contenders today, especially the ones that are doing great communication with us. Win this for us, Weeza. There we go. We got some cheering going on here. All right, and we've got a. Well, wait. Okay, so the match has started. Darkrai EX, very different than Giratina EX start, but we do still have the Dialga, and we first turn going to Hidden Hero. All right, Cape is going down on the Gimme Ghoul, and that is going to be the end of our turn here, and we will go to Weeza now. Let's see if Weeza can get the development that he wants. So the Professor Research does get dropped here, and we do get the Giratina, so we are going to see double energies right off the bat here. Question is, will the tools come out yet? Excuse me. All right, Iono gets dropped, replacing one card and replacing 5 cards. So, first energy does go on the Dialga EX. It is still looking at a Darkrai and the Giratina. Of course, as we've said, it's the story of Giratina. When you're not running Psychic, you know that there will be 3 turns where you do nothing. The question is, when are those 3 turns? So we do see the helmet come down. Excuse me. All right, so we're down to 110 HP here. 110 HP on the Darkrai. Or no, sorry, not the Darkrai, the Dialga. All right. So we do the Metallic Turbo with the potion. We're still back at 110, but now we get some development rolling. 2 energies going down on the Goldango here. So will the story reflect what happened last time? It is admittedly an awkward step right here because you're in a situation where you really don't want to give him any more. And that's what he's saying right here is, you know what? I'm done giving you energies. I'm done with it. Let's drop the red, and we're taking Dialga off the board. Hmm. 100 damage with that red. It's going to put 2 points on Weeza's board. And it's going to put 2 energies on Goldango. We are at a flip situation here. I mean, this is an uphill flipping battle for sure. Uphill flipping battle. But the math is there. There is something here. One heads, 2 heads, and 3 heads. There we go. The maths, people. We do see a hit go off here, and what that does is that leaves opportunity here for Goldango to get some work done next round, next turn. If I've ever seen plot armor, it's here and now. We got 3 heads there. On this next one, if everything stays the same, we need 4 more of those. We drop the Mars. Okay, down to 1 card here. And the Space Bellow happens. It's a tough situation to be in. For sure, it's a tough situation. But Goldango's put this into a situation where, at the very least, you do have a chance if you want to take it. All right, here we go. 1 heads, we need 4. Holy, no way. What a showing. What a showing. We might even see a tie right here. We might even see a tie. And the Pokemon Center lady is dropped, and that is a GG situation. I tell you, you needed 7 heads there, Hidden Hero, and you got 6 of them. If that's not plot armor and commendable, I don't know what is. I don't know what is if that isn't it. GG's, guys. That was game 3. I mean, wasn't looking strong for you, that's for sure. All right, so we have all of our winners for today. Are we done? That was a Weasel win, yes. We are not done. Bring this up on the full screen. All right. I'll be ready when you tell me to go to whoever I'm going to. I'm going to BRB for 1 minute. All right, we're back. All right, we are back, people. Is there something for me to put onto the stream? Let's take an extended look at losers. We got all the winners done for today. None of the... Oh, we are still waiting for Rice Rocket and Mart for next match, it looks like. Or is that something happening with that? All right, here we go. I'm not sure what game we are in on here right now, but that is not an issue. All right. So big Charizard hit goes down here. 4 energies still left on it. We've got energy on the Darkrai. Very tough to get around, but it is 2 points apiece here. Round 5 with 3 wins and 2 losses. Hey, Chris, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're having fun, that's what matters. Hey, Donnie, hope it's going okay for you. Guitar, dude, it's been a hot minute since we've seen you. Welcome back, man. We got a tournament rocking and rolling right now. All right. And that is going to be Trig for the win here. We'll see real quick here what game we are on. Of course you did, Sean, on the free-to-play account of all things. Why can't it ever be that good on your main account, am I right? All right, so we are definitely going on to another game here. All right, so we're on to our next match here. It's been a hot minute, but as us British do, I've had a pint or two. Glad to watch your stream. Guitar, Appreciate it, brother. All right. So we do have the, we're going to go with Autumn. Atomico versus Trig here. So we do have the Moltres on the bench here. Shaman in the start. Definitely not really what you want to be looking at, but you do whatever it takes. Giratina in the front also, you know, depending on preferences, may not be where you want to be either. But we do see a double Pokeball go down, so we know that at the very minimum, a good amount of development will happen. So we do see another Darkrai and Giratina hit the bench here with the energy flowing onto Darkrai, and Giratina also getting powered up, the one in the front in the active spot. What's your favorite deck to play with at the moment? Gyarados. I'm still liking the Gyarados deck. Guitar. It's a tough situation here. So you do put the energy back on the Moltres. You have to. You have to do it that way. And also part of it too is, you know, maybe there's no Charmander in hand. Like, taking a couple of these little hits right now with the Shaman might be actually the best bet. I'm glad you found a deck you enjoy. Are the upper semifinal matches only tomorrow? Yes. Paulo, yes. Tomorrow is the top 8. And we will be doing them on stream. We might get a couple of the matches ahead of time, but for the most part, they will all be streamed. Probably on the first set we'll get, because of how it works, we'll do one of the winners' matches streamed. The other one will be played off stream. Then the losers will do the same thing, one on stream, one off stream, and then the rest of it we will do on stream. All right. So the Charmander hits the board. He does get energy. That's always a good thing too from the X speed. And now we go to the Inferno Dance where we get triple tails. That is not what you want to be seeing at this point in the game. I mean, that's exactly what Trig wants to be seeing. That's a dream come true. One more turn of complete bliss. Knowing Charmander just went down, I don't have to worry about Charizard being up by next turn. Pretty much no energies. And the third Bellow going down, so options are now open. Paulo, were you playing? Are you in the top 8? Sorry, it's been a lot for me to keep up with everyone and a lot of new names. With the Misty card, yeah. Yeah, guitar. You gotta play with Misty. Alright, here we go. Another Inferno Dance. Can this make up for it? 1 energy with a Charmeleon. It's definitely putting in the work. Is it enough, though? Is the question. Is it enough? And there we go. Energy on the Giratina. We know exactly where Trig wants to be, and that is with 1 less Moltres on the field. Moltres is gone. 2 points going to Trig here. Charmeleon with 4 energies. Now, the thing about this situation is, even if Charizard hits the field, 4 energies, yes, it can take out that Giratina, but we got to discard 2 energies. Always have to remember there's that discard. All right, Charizard EX. Crown Gold card comes out, gets the cape, 200 HP, thank you very much. And it is going to be attacking into this Giratina right here, right now. 200 damage. We do see the Darkrai EX go in now. Oh, well, sorry. It's not officially a play until it's in play. All right, so we do see the energy go on the back Darkrai, which makes sense. And Dark Prism going down, doing 100 damage. So this is going to come down to a lot of what is top decked here because of the Mars being played. Yeah, Guitar, sorry, I'm a sucker for Misty. I'm a sucker for Misty, what can I say? And that is going to be the concede right there. That's a tough pill to swallow. The heals go down. It's just enough with that Shaman to bring it over that 100 threshold. And that is going to be GG's with L taking that win here. L Atomic. All right. I read like I'm supposed to be in a different lobby. Is there another match, another lobby? There's always another match. Misty belongs to the streets, though. Lol. Chris, tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. Apologies. We do have, this is 1-1. We got one more here. One more here. Vital, we'll go over all those stats at the end of today. We'll go over what the bracket looks like, what decks have made it, what decks have not made it, who's in the uppers, who's in the lowers. We'll go over all of that. Don't worry about that. All right, so we've got the full bench here. Trig has everything they could want for this to go forward. Everything they could want. Hello, sorry I couldn't make the tourney. How goes it? It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Bugcatcher Zach, thanks for popping in. Going pretty well so far. Obviously, always some hiccups, but you know what? We're doing the best we can. All right. Triple heads on the Charmander. That is not what you want to see. Looking from Trig's perspective. That's exactly what Atomic wants to see, though. The triple heads definitely giving this a catapult forward. Did Weeza play with the Mankey deck? He did not. You would have been the only one with the Mankey deck today, Zach. Only Mankey would have been you. All right. We're going to get some more energies on the board here. Start chipping away. And really now, the next thing is there Charmeleon coming out? The age-old question that everybody looking down the barrel of a shotgun with the Charmander on the other end. Is there a Charmander in or Charmeleon in hand? Sorry I let you down, says Weeza. Alright. Charmeleon, 4 energies. Another Inferno Dance goes down. 5 energies is that magic number. And that is going to be it right there. 5 energies. Something needs to bend or break coming up pretty quick here. And something will bend or break on the next 2 turns. Both of the Rocky Helmets hitting the field here. The one thing that's really nice about the Shaman, if anyone that's paying full attention here, that Shaman really does help. So the Shaman, that little HP, and you know what it does is it makes it so that the Darkrai's ability means half as much, right? Right now, we're not at a situation where that Darkrai just gets to go in and get the kill. It's not free. It's not a free kill right here. It's only done 20 chip damage this whole time, right? And we are going for a bold move here. Bold move. Giratina going in. Going right for the jugular. Chaotic Impact. Taking out this Moltres. Trig is saying it is now or it is never. Picking it to go in now. Getting those 2 points. The question is it too little, too late? Or is it just on time? That professor's research, I just know, I feel it. I've been there. The professor's research, the Pokemon communications, literally everything is happening for a reason right here, right now. The question is, was that a Charmeleon or a Charmander? And did he get the Charizard or not? And he got the cape. I tell you, just the, constant. Did it happen? Did it happen? And it didn't happen. No way. And that is going to be the G to the G's. Trig taking this game down. No Charizard was pulled. I tell you, though, the chances there. I'd love to know how many cards were left in the deck. There couldn't have been much more than 6 or 7 cards. You play the professor's research. You've got 2 Charizards in there. You're looking at probably a 30 to 40% chance of it being there. You get the communication, you're like, okay, I have probably a 50. No, actually it would have been minimum 2 Charizards and 1 other Pokemon because that's what he pulled. So that means that it was a 66% chance he lost out on that there. The odds of losing that at that point is chaotic. But it happens. That was a good showing. Good showing there, guys. And I think everybody is in the middle of their sets right now. So that is likely the end of our casting for today, would be my guess. Nobody else is in anything. That's okay, though. It's not a big deal. If people are in the middle of their sets, we will let them conclude those sets. Actually, we can probably... No, that's a lie. We're for sure going to probably get one more match here today, which is going to be Hidden Hero, which is going to be our Goldango against the winner of Mart and Rice Rocket. That is probably going to be our final cast of today. They're in the top 8. Oh. Did they put in the results? They shouldn't even be able to put in results for what's going on up here. Well, I'm more confused about what's going on in general. Because last time I feel like it just said we were done for the day. I'm fairly certain that there's multiple phases to this. Round 1, round 2. Yeah, no, there is a second phase. No, without approval, that can't be game. Do we have both of their hats? Everybody, just a quick heads up for our next tournament, we will be looking for some more volunteers to help out with the tournament. I am trying to reach out to them in the chat, but clearly neither of them have it open anymore. The worst part is if we can't get a hold of either of them, then this match... Do I have to reset a lobby right now? Reset a match? Ellie! Ellie, thank you for being here. You are being called right now. Your match was not supposed to happen. Your last match, it was a tomorrow match. We did say all top 8 is done on Sunday. You did a top 8 match. So unfortunately, do you know Oak? Tobias Oak? Yeah, you guys were talking like you might know each other. That's okay. Do you personally know them or no? Well, this is okay. I've faced him before, but I don't know him personally. You don't. I'm guessing you don't have an @ for him then, L. I mean, if you don't mind, that would do us a solid. If you would like to try to find it. If you can't find it, so be it. My current ruling is going to stand that I'm going to reset the game. And you guys will play it again tomorrow. Unless, for whatever reason, he agrees that he can't come tomorrow or something. But that should have been discussed ahead of time. Being realistic. Do you mind trying to give a reach out to him? Because this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do a reset on that. I think Monkey... Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll get a reset going on that too. I'm going to do a reset on your matches. If you don't mind... If he can't make it tomorrow to do the matches, Monkey, Jaylene, and Darden. I feel like that's in losers. You know Dar, he's a nightmare to deal with. Oh? Do you want to give a little more context to that? All right, Rice Rocket is here. This is where we're going to rule it for the match for you, Ellie. I have reset it. I don't have them on Discord. I have nothing. I'll look to see if I have them from people that maybe joined today on the Discord. I'll try to reach out. If he doesn't show up tomorrow, then it'll be a DQ, and then it would be the same result anyway. Oh, that's good to know, Ellie. Very good to know. But yeah, so we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind for future plays for sure. Seemed like there was obviously a little bit of a mix-up there. I don't know exactly what the context of what that is. But if that happens, then we might have to do some sort of ruling on it too. I'm getting that feeling too. Mage. Is Monkey ready to play? Is Monkey ready to play? All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Mage, for taking that upon yourself. Ellie, if you would like to be a judge in future tournaments, please feel free to let us know if you would like to participate in being a judge in any of our future events. We plan on doing this once a month, and we will definitely be taking volunteers that want to help out on the future events. Ellie, I'm holding you to that. Send me a DM, please. Please send me a DM. Tomorrow it will be at 12 p.m. PDT, which is Pacific. Because there is a lot going on, and Mage is doing an epic job keeping everybody in line. I saw him at one point managing 4 different conversations at once with people complaining or trying to figure things out, and he's done a great job. Great job keeping everybody in line. This comes down to a big flip here. Can he get it? He gets the 2 heads. That's what he needed. Because we do know that Giratina is going to for sure need 1 more energy. That is the story of the game. It's a very interesting situation we have going on here, because you've got, on one hand, all these coins that are going to be needed to take this out. But on the other hand, you're looking at Hidden Hero having 2 points head start. So here's the real question: where do you put the next energy? That's always the question. Where do you put the next energy? Opts in, throws in that Goldango, full HP, 120. Not going to be able to get the hit off. But it could just be enough. Could be enough to just slow down this process. I will go and open the chat right now. Is the match currently happening? It seems like you guys are talking to her, Monkey and Dardar, or at least you guys are chatting. So it's an interesting situation we have going on here. We've got all the energies. The Sabrina happened already, right? Mars goes down. There we go. Gets down to 1 card. Goldango. Now the issue with Goldango is Goldango takes 2 energies to even retreat too, right? So, and won't matter. Goldango is gone, and that means that we are coming down to a coin flip again. I love it how Hidden Hero is just trying to keep up, I think, with one of the games that's currently playing. All right. Adamin goes down. It doesn't even matter. Well, actually, it kind of does matter. You know, there is a situation where it maybe does matter. There could be more Pokemon to happen here. 6. We need... Wow. Wow. 6 tails. The plot armor cracks. That was what was needed to bring this back. No energy on that back line. That's a tough go on that one. You always ask yourself, what are the odds? Well, we saw it here, people. Those are the odds. You've done well. You've done well today. Was that just match number 1? Match number 1? All right, match number 1. Hey, we've got time. We got time for more flips. I tell you, I thought I made a Goldango deck just like this. It wasn't quite like this, obviously, because I played it and I was like, I suck at this. My coin flips are not happening. This is not working for me. Thabs has made a point to make it work, though. He you know what? He's gotten this far in the tournament. They are talking back and forth. It seems like they're trying to play, but nothing has started yet, Mage. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. He's not searching. I'm on top of it right now. I'm on top of it. I've been informed. Good thing the match is going slow. I haven't missed anything yet. Ooh, the Mars goes down. Okay. All right. Early Mars. It's fun, but nowhere near the meta. Hey, you've almost made top 8. Don't count yourself short. Maybe this is the meta, we just didn't know it yet. Dot, 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 dot. All right. It seems like we've got some sort of movement. We'll give that a minute. Hopefully that game gets rolling. All right, we got Gimme Ghoul here. Whoa, I walk away for a second. And what are we looking at? Gimme Ghoul with 2 energies on him. Okay, we got a Giratina EX. I'm missing a match and a half here. In the back with all the energy it needs. We're looking at this being like, what? What's going on here? Oh, Sabrina happened. That makes more sense. Makes way more sense. Okay, now we're going to see the Leaf go down. We get the swap out. We do see another Dialga EX hit the field. And he puts energy on the Dialga EX. Okay. Another 30 damage goes down. 2 more energies on the Gimme Ghoul. I'm in for it. All right. Maybe it looks like... Maybe the match has started. We'll see. All right. 2 points is going to Rice Rocket there, taking out the Dialga with the Giratina. We are going to see the Cyrus go and pull the other Giratina, just trying to obviously build a little bit more space here. Cape going down. Want to give this Dialga the best chance of survival as possible while still building up on that Gimme Ghoul in the back. This is definitely an all-in situation. I'm guessing we're at a point right now where we have not seen the Goldango get pulled. That is probably what we're dealing with. Otherwise, you would be wanting to flip, right? There's enough coins on the field that you probably would do at this point want to take that chance, rather than waiting for energies to start popping onto other Pokemon and start taking some big heat. And here it is, right here. We've got the Leaf getting played, Giratina full of energies going up right now, looking at straight at the Dialga EX. All right, it's a tough go here. Tough go here. Cape going down on the Gimme Ghoul. We're going to see a retreat here, and it's looking like we are taking a chance. There we go. Get the ad energy up. Hoping, just hoping, that we can make sure that no damage comes down. And Tails is going to probably be the nail in the chest. Cyrus goes down, and that is going to likely be the end of it. And so does Thams. Good showing, though. Great showing with the deck today, brother. All right, the game is officially going on. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It has been an hour waiting for this match to start. A lot of time for that deck. Well, it looks like we are not casting anything this second. It's not a look situation. It's a what it is situation. Let's take a look at what we are all wondering about, which is the current bracket situation. I'm in just the normal lobby. I do want to bring your audio in. Mage, can you hear us? Can we hear you? Mage, testing, testing. What about now? Can you talk now?
That's better. Can you hear me?
I can. Let me crank you for the peeps. How about everybody else? Anybody that's here, can everybody hear Mage fairly well?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Purple, yellow, brown.
We'll just turn it up a bit. All right.
See what there we go. Cool.
Well, that was something. We definitely still have a couple of matches still going. We will have to keep our eyes on the current match that's going on, because we will have zero tolerance on what's going on with this delayed matching tomorrow. That's for sure.
Yep.
But
that's the last match.
That is the last match.
Whoever wins that has a top 8 spot. So I'll let them figure themselves out.
Yes. So, why don't we bring up we could bring up the standings if we wanted to.
We sure can.
Let's get that up on the screen so that people can take a look at this with us. I also want to just start up. Guys, I do apologize for the late start today. Definitely not my intention to not have the ready button ready. I should have definitely had that turned on the night before, but you know, you live and you learn.
We have an echo, which means... Oh, what does that mean? How bad's the echo? Because it could just be Donnie's source on Discord in OBS.
There's an echo? Someone said that there's an echo?
Yeah, Z.
Oh, that means that I probably just have you too loud on my actual volume.
That'll do.
Tell me if we have fixed the echo. We're taking a look here at what the top looks like. But yeah, let us know. Mage, say something so that the people know if there's an echo.
Tell me if there is an echo. Question 1, 2, 3. I don't think so. Otherwise, I think I probably would hear it too.
Better. All right, Zaire says it's better. That's good enough for me. All right, guys. So this is our tops so far. We are waiting on one more match. As you can see, there is 4 people in 9th place right now. Mage, thank you so much for the organization today. I know we have a lot of new players, and by the looks of it, there's a lot of people that are playing from all across the world. So, you know, there's definitely sometimes some language barriers. time zone issues, and by the sounds of it, there's also maybe even some player-to-player drama. So thank you so much, Mage, for taking care of that today.
Yeah, my only piece of advice for anyone trying to play an event is to learn the platform or ask questions. And when in doubt, call for the judge. I'm your judge and tournament organizer for today on the back end of things. And all of you were making, there were several of you, not all of you, some of you that made decisions that you shouldn't have made because you should have just called the judge and let me make that decision for you. So, word to the wise, in the future, if you have any issues with your playing experience, message the judge.
Yes. And just to like add on top of that, if you're not in on the Discord and you're not in on the stream, unfortunately, you just get less priority. And that's what it is, because when we're looking for someone, we will call you on Discord. If you're not coming on Discord, Mage will usually tell me to call for someone. If you're getting called on everything and you don't show up, especially when in the rules and everything it says all judging is done on the Discord, then unfortunately it is up to the player to make sure that they are staying in contact and staying up to date with what's going on. That's the bottom line.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yes, thanks again, Mage. Today you did an awesome job. And you know what? Like I said, we do have some newer players. A lot of people, this is their first tournament. 33 show up. It's about as good as last time, within one or two. And considering I didn't even have check-in ready on time, it's definitely not looking too bad. We definitely had some interesting decks. Goldango there. We were just watching that. We even had Zyre coming in with the Cresselia, which is, that was fun. The fact that you didn't go 0-2 is amazing in itself. And the one thing we did see, I was really surprised about, is that we saw a lot of Charizards today. I'm not like overly surprised that we saw a lot of Charizards. I guess I'm just like so biased because we saw almost no Gyarados. What do you think of what we saw today?
I think in general, I'm not surprised at the number of Giratina Darkrai decks. It is the deck for a reason. If you were watching your stream, if anyone was watching the stream yesterday, I'm sad that no one picked up my deck in the Pikachu EX Giratina EX deck, because this would smash this field wide open because the maths properly. But when you look at Giratina, there's really, really two decks that do an exceptional job based on math numbers alone. Obviously, you have to take in some deck strategy and some RNG here and there. And the two decks are Gyarados and Charizard. And so it looks like the people that showed up, they're just fans of Charizard a little bit more than Gyarados. That's the only thing I can come up with, because as far as we're looking from the math perspective, in combat, like both of them do just as well, do just as fine. It looks like we just have some fans of the big red lizard. So that would be my pick. I mean, that would be my reason why we saw so many Charizards today. Because if you look at some of the other tournaments happening right now, Charizard's a very popular deck, but Gyarados is far more popular.
Far more popular, yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting. We did play that Pikachu deck of yours just a little bit yesterday at the end of the day, but I mean, we've got a small pool, but it would have been cool to see one. That's the one thing I will say about like some of our meta, which I'll just click on the meta for everybody to kind of take a look at it. We obviously don't have a ton of players, like we said, but it's kind of fun to just see a bunch of 1-1-1-1s, especially when it is such a small tournament, because it does give a chance for something like a Goldango to kind of put some work in, a Clodsire deck to put a little bit of work in, right? Rather than seeing all Giratinas, but with 11 Giratina Darkrai decks, that's pretty tough to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just the going trend for, every tournament right now is, a 33% share of the field is Giratina right now. So Hopefully that changes next weekend, but this is Giratina's world, and we're just living in it.
Yeah, and honestly, with the new cards coming out, I think we're gonna. I mean, let's be real. When was the last time we saw a full set come out and the meta not just completely change, right?
We really haven't. There's always been a new deck. It might take a week or two for players to figure things out, but there's no reason why. Because if we think back to the very, very beginning of this season, Giratina Darkrai was pretty popular, but Arceus Dialga still had the lion's share of the first weekend. Players were not ready to immediately pivot to a new deck quite as much as they were. So I'm still expecting next weekend to be a large Giratina Darkrai presence, but I assume that all of us will figure things out very quickly thereafter.
Yeah, like you said, a week, 2 max, because I feel like it was like that. Like, looking at some of the big results, it was like, you're right. Like, I'm not even gonna make up numbers. A lion's share, like you said, of people still playing the Dialga Arceus, Dialga Arceus. And then even by week 2, there was still a strong amount of people, and I think we even saw that a lot in ranked as well, right? Like, anyone that was on the ranked grind, you saw it all over the place. Whereas, like, as time's gone on, if you've been on any of my streams of us doing the ranked grind, it's just completely disappeared. I think I ran into one Dialga Arceus deck all of yesterday. Playing.
You want to know how strong of a presence Dialga Arceus had at the very beginning of the season compared to now? It is still the 5th most registered deck on Limitless. It's still ranked. It's still registered higher than Charizard, than Rampardos, than Meowscarada, than Magnezone Meowscarada.
Well, I think it's about the fact that it's above Charizard, right? People have been using it since Genetic Apex. And there's more people using this in a very small point of time more than people have used Charizard.
So I don't want the sky to be falling from players next weekend when we get into the first events and it's still Giratina Darkrai. It's okay. We had this happen last time. And now look at where Dialga Arceus is right now. It's a ghost. It's dead.
Yeah. And I thought about this last night. I mean, obviously, you guys know I've done a decent amount of time on ranked. And I think that this is worth bringing up because, obviously, I played Gyarados the whole time. It's no surprise. Super biased. But on ranked, we're seeing so many of these Magnezone Skarmory decks. Or we're seeing so many of the... even Carnivine, Arceus, Rotom decks. Whereas, like, being realistic, in a tournament setting, it's just so much different than a 1v1 without seeing a deck list. Is that really the main reason you would say also that why we're not seeing them in the tournaments? I mean, like, we've seen them do decent on the ranked, but why are we not seeing those decks actually make it in to having any sort of amount of people playing them in any tournaments? And of course, as I ask a question, we have questions coming in onto the Discord, so Mage is on it. But yeah, I think that it does have to do a lot with the fact that you get to look at deck lists. And
Nice Rocket, you're in the top 8. Congrats.
Bryce, you made it to top 8. You've got no more matches today, brother. Top 8, you're playing tomorrow.
You're done. You're playing tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. I just didn't know your Discord name to congratulate you.
And we're on game 3 for Dardar and Monkey. And I imagine we are going to be getting probably some complaints from Monkey, especially if it is not a win, because of the delays. And I'm going to take a point here, guys. that realistically, when it comes to tomorrow, we mainstream this. We've got no time for BS. If you are like, today we got a lot going on, so you can get away with a little bit more. But tomorrow, if you're not ready to go when we call you, timer's on. Timer's on, and we're going to keep moving along because I don't want to have a screen that has nothing moving on it.
I mean, my face will be there, so that we'll at least have that moving.
Exactly. We'll have them on the monitor. But yeah, if you heard my question, it's just very interesting that how ranked doesn't necessarily translate to what is the best decks on tournaments. And I guess maybe part of it's I've never really played a lot of these Magnezone Skarmory decks. I mean, the Magnezone Skarmory deck and the Carnivine deck, everybody that's watched me knows that I've played variations of both of these decks. But when it came to ranked, I was not interested at all in playing them, really. I started with Carnivine for like 5 matches, like, I'm done with this. But it's very interesting that we're really not seeing any sort of showing on in the stage of when you have to play a best of 3 with a deck list. So
yes and no. So the problem that we had this season is you had Garrett. You had, and I wrote about this on Instagram, I think. You had Giratina, and then you had like 6 decks. Because someone was pointing out to me, like, there's only 1 deck in this meta. I'm like, no, there's not. There is Giratina, and then there's about 6 decks. Sky Zone, Arceus Carnivine, Gyarados Charizard, and then there's like 1 more. And it's Rampardos. They all can definitively beat Giratina, EX, and Darkrai. They have strategic strategies to do it. But when you get into a field, when you get into a tournament, you're not matched up based on who you're going to be good against. You're just matched up based on your record. And so a lot of times what ends up happening is these decks that can beat Giratina, they cannibalize themselves. You have a Sky Zone deck versus Gyarados, and one of them's going to lose. And all of this, but at the same time, you also have Giratina mirrors, but that doesn't necessarily affect the top of as you move up higher and higher. So when we get to looking at day 2s and looking at who actually advanced on with a decent record, you do see the Sky Zone, you do see the Meowscaradas, you do see the Arceus Carnivine decks, but you only see 1 or 2 of them because they were cannibalized throughout the matchmaking rounds. It's a lot harder for a small percentage of decks to have a large impression at the end without being completely broken. And unfortunately, none of them are completely broken, but they do have a good opportunity to beat the best deck, but they often end up losing to each other and pushing it down, which then makes it look like Giratina has a 40% day 2 percentage. And it's like, well, yeah, because they have a 33% day 1 percentage. Like, the odds are in their favor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's not so like what's really nice is rank does give us a little bit of an opportunity to explore what can beat the best deck, because obviously I'm still playing Giratina and Darkrai. Like, I love that deck. But you do get to see these other decks interact a little bit more frequently because they know that they have a pretty good chance at getting paired up against themselves, and it's just the hamster wheel, as we've all talked about. So even if you do get paired up against the Gyarados deck, like, all right, you take your L real quick and then you go pick up 2 more wins against Giratina.
Yeah, that's a good perspective on that. So one thing I'll point out, for me, people have been, they're like, oh, what deck should I use? And for the tournament, that was pretty much the theme of the last 2 weeks. What should I use? And I think that I'm honestly, I am a product of that exact thing. You guys saw me have that situation a week ahead of you guys. Oh, a tournament is coming up I'm playing in. What should I play in? And there really is 2 thought processes, right? You can try to cook something up. You can. And we've seen it. We saw it today. We saw people try to cook. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Turns out that's just how it works. That's how it pans out. Ultimately, the best advice I can give you is play the deck you know the best, right? I mean, it's very clear. If you go and look at the VOD of me playing in the tournament, I mirror matched Gyarados right off the bat, and it was very, very clear that one of the two players had 300 to 500 games on ranked with Gyarados, and the other one didn't. It was very, very clear. And the one thing I will say is, despite whether you like ranked or not, I will say that if you do go into any of these tournaments, whether it's you want to be in the DCC3 or you want to be in any of the URSI or any other tournaments, at the very minimum, ranked is not so bad to play people in a scenario where they're there to beat you. They're not necessarily there to troll you. It can happen. Statistically, it can happen. But I do think that ranked, at the very least, is going to put you in a situation where you can take a really good look at least what your overall win rates are on best of ones without knowing deck lists. And then if I had to give a second tip for tournaments, it is learning what looking at an opponent's deck list actually means. I think that has such a impact in itself, is just looking at somebody else's deck list so that you can make decisions. Is there any tips you would like to add on that, Mage, on the front of anyone that wants to do tournaments or anyone that is in on doing ranked? While Mage is kind of giving a little bit of information there, if anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask Mage or myself in regards to the tournament or anything at all, feel free. Now is a good time to get your questions in.
Yeah, so it's twofold, because it's not ranked. Here's the first part. Ranked does not equal tournament. Tournament does not equal ranked. There's squares and rectangles, and really ranked does put you in a competitive mindset, but it does not compare it to anything that is the tournament structure. The tournament structure is a completely different beast for your mentality. So that being said, in both cases, what decks would I play? I would play the deck I know the most. You are absolutely right, Donnie, in that you need to have, because that helps remove some of those mental barriers that you may put up for yourself. We saw it today right at the beginning of the chat. People were nervous about today, and it's like, well, one thing that you can help take out of the nerves is knowing that the deck that you have, you're really good at it, or you feel really good with it. The second thing is, we talk a lot. This community likes to talk about luck and people being lucky. All TCGs have variants. Pokemon is one of, if not the only one, that is very upfront in telling you that there's variance in this game. With the fact that they use coin flips, with the fact that they use, mainly coin flips, but like you also have to take into the fact that your deck is randomized. The one thing that you don't have to worry about, unless you're a multi-energy type, is you don't have to worry about your energy. That's consistent. That's a one-up on Magic the Gathering, where your source of gameplay is also shuffled into your deck. But when we talk about luck, luck is really, and this is a philosopher's statement, luck is where preparedness and opportunity come together. And so someone who is perceived to be lucky in this game has done a checklist of things to make themselves more prepared for when the opportunity presents itself. So you got to make sure your deck is built correctly. You have to, make sure that you know your deck inside and out, that you have a strategy against some of the popular decks. You're building up a level of preparedness so that when the opportunity does come of how do I get out of this scenario, how do I not lose, or how do I win, you have that conversation with yourself. If I draw Sabrina, I'm going to do this. If I don't draw Sabrina, I'm going to do this. And they should be two different things. And so all of that is just another way to level up your game in these highly competitive mental environments. And mostly if you're stressed out, burnt out, tired, tournaments, it's a little harder because you're kind of need to be locked in for, like, especially if it's Swiss rounds, for the 8, 10, 12 hours, however big the tournament is. But if you're playing ranked and you're tired and you're burnt out or you're not feeling it, stop playing. Or switch deck. Or mostly just stop playing. Give yourself a breather to mentally recenter yourself.
That is so funny you say that, because I literally had a moment doing ranked 2 nights ago. I'd just done a really good run. I think it was another 8 or 9 winning streak in Ultra Ball 4. And then of course I lose a game. And I'm like, that's okay, I'm not gonna let it get me down. I lose 3 games. Now it's starting to get to me. The 4th game I lose and I'm tilted. I turn on the next game and I have the Palkia out front, and for whatever reason, oh no, sorry, it was a Magikarp out front, and I literally was like, I just bricked, so I concede instantly. And somebody's like, you had a Pokeball in your hand.
Yeah.
And it's not like I was first energy against the Hitmonlee. It was literally a situation where it was like, okay, I let my emotions play the game rather than my mind play the game. And I think it is just like finding the balance of where emotion versus strategy, versus coherent thought and playing the game. Finding that balance. So stopping is definitely the way to go, especially if you're grinding it.
Especially if you're grinding it, and or you just commit yourself to like, I personally, I won't play more than 5. I will play no more than 5 games of ranked without taking a break. I could be 5-0. I'm done playing for a period of time, and I just play in batches of 5. My break might be a little bit shorter because I was on a 5-0, but I'm not going to sit there and play that for 8 hours straight. No, thank you.
Nope, and I definitely agree with that. Anybody that is thinking that was like, anyone that was like me, that was like, oh, my goal is to hit Master Ball. Well, it took me 400 and some odd games. Me and Mage talked about trying to do it in one day, and we went back and forth about time and how many games you'd take. 56% win rate with Gyarados. Granted, admittedly, a little bit of that is me being stubborn, using the same deck the whole time, but 400 games, that's what you're looking at. Very minimum.
56% is above average. 50 or among content creators, I've been seeing more in the 53 to 55 percentage by the end of it.
We take those.
Rate. But let's do this in comparison real quick. So you played 400 games.
I can get you the exact number in a second if you want the exact number.
Yeah, ballpark's fine.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just say 400.
Okay, so you say 400. To get to Ultra Ball 1. So literally the entry point. I got the emblem. I didn't play a single game after that. I only played 110 games. So you played 3 times as many games, more or less,
for like 20 more hourglasses.
To move 4 extra spots to Masters.
Yeah. So I think that, like, to anyone, I you know what, I was going to say that anyone that's afraid of it, don't be afraid of it. There's no reason to be afraid.
No.
I think that Great Ball is obtainable to absolutely anyone extremely casually. I did Great Ball on my wife's account in one night. Watching a movie, I did it in something like 20 games, wins, and 3 losses. Something like that. So Great Ball is not that hard to hit. And I think that, like, for your situation, everyone should be looking at it, especially with the way that it's set up. We have a brand new set coming out. I think it ends tonight. It either ends tonight or tomorrow for ranked. So for everybody that did ranked, this is free hourglasses. So this is what you need to ask yourself. If you're playing Pokemon already, and if it is worth playing 20 games to get whatever, 30 or 40 hourglasses, then do it. If you think it's worth playing 100 to get, I don't even know what Ultra Ball gets yet, but 100 games to get the Ultra Ball amount, or 400 games to get the Master Ball amount, you can figure out exactly what your time is worth on those on the scale of hourglasses. But I can tell you this, definitely. I mean, we're talking 100 hourglasses if you're like the top of the top players. And that's more than 400 games. Let's say 400 games, you've got the most ridiculous win rate, and you're in the top 100. I mean, let's be real. You could go work an hour at McDonald's and get about the same amount of gold bars to get the same amount of hourglasses. So, you know, food for thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
20 hours of gameplay or 1 hour of work, and then just put the credit card in. Just, you know, do it. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you get other things out of it if you want to, but that is something I would bring up. We did get our final match come in too, Mage, also, just to give you a Monkey ended up taking the win on that one.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness is right. So now we can take a look here at our standings, and this should be the updated standings for what we're all looking at. These are our everyone from 7 and above will be played tomorrow. We will pin everybody. We'll absolutely pin everyone. If you're not enjoying the stream and would love to support Donnie, run those likes up. Thank you, Mew. Appreciate it as per always.
Yeah.
We didn't get many questions here. Sorry. You go, Mage.
I was like, share, subscribe. Or if you're on Twitch, follow, comment, turn the notification on.
Yeah, drop an emote, a twerking Snorlax, if you're in on Twitch. So this is what our top 8 is looking like. Standouts, we got Weeza, who is part of the community. Weeza messaged me. I bet you Weeza's not even on right now because he's in bed. He was like, how long is this tournament going to be? I really want to play, but I need to make sure I get my sleep because of the kids. Weeza came in and kicked butt, took names, is in the winner's bracket so far, and he's from the community. Ellie, also here, has been in the community. Ellie, if anybody is interested, does do their own tournaments with their partner. Weeza is still here. Weeza, I stopped in Ultra Ball. I missed your message. Reward wasn't worth it for me. And he throws in the twerk. But we got Weeza here from the community. Ellie Dark has been here a couple of times. Trig, who was the first person to sign on for the tournament, also is in the losers. Still here in the tournament, though. Part of the community. Rice Rocket. I feel like Rice Rocket was in the last tournament. I don't remember, though. And Monkey and Nick are new. Also, the other players are new to us, too. And to be completely honest, looking at the deck list, it's pretty much what you'd expect, right? We got one Mewtwo to squeak through, 2 Charizards, and a bunch of Giratinas. Darkrai's.
Yep. That do be how it looking.
Yeah, that is how it's looking.
I hope you all are ready for the mirror.
You know what? Here's the thing. We got 2 Charizards in winners. So.
But they face each other. So we're only going to have one after that.
Of course that's how it goes. But you know what? At least well, if the bracket goes well enough after that match, we should not have as many mirror matches, but there will definitely be a mirror match. Now, something I was seeing a lot today, and Mage, you play this deck. You've talked about it today, how you love this deck. Well, you like the Giratina Darkrai deck. Today I saw a lot of people playing Giratina in the forward spot, putting energy on it. I saw it more today on stream than I've ever seen it, especially with them still having Darkrai on the bench on turn 1 without a Pokeball. I've always been under the impression that's the wrong way to play it. What am I missing?
I think above anything, I think we are in a state where the element of surprise kind of comes into play a little bit, being able to be a little bit more aggressive, depending on who has energy advantage. But if you can stick, if you have the energy advantage, you're going to be the one that has Giratina locked in and online. We're packing giant capes, so we're gonna get you're gonna force your opponent to have red to counteract it. Plus, you've taken some chip shot with Giratina. That said, as we talked about yesterday, I'm not a fan of Darkrai right now. I want Pikachu EX instead, because I want it to blast. I want to blast both of these things off the face of the planet. With my Giratinas to clean up the mess afterwards. So I think we're just in a position where you're gonna be a little bit more aggressive to kind of push through your damage. A little bit more trickery up the sleeves, and that has shifted a little bit over the last few weeks. I think initially we all thought that you lead on Darkrai, and I think we have the collective hive mind has learned that it's situational, and it's also really okay to lead with Giratina.
Yeah, it's not as naked as we originally thought. I mean, and like you said, situational is the big key, because, you know, playing Gyarados, maybe there is a right and a wrong answer. Playing Charizard,
Yeah.
the answer is completely different. So that's kind of where we're at. Well, Mage, if there's any last things you'd like to add in, any last questions from anybody, we're probably going to wrap up the stream for today, and we will be back in for 12 p.m. PDT, 12 p.m. Pacific tomorrow for the top 8. Mage, is there anything else you'd like to add?
It's 3 p.m. Eastern for anyone who lives in a normal time zone.
Where everybody else lives. Where the majority of the population lives, you mean?
Yeah, but no, for real. If you're not already following, Donnie on all the social media, you should. If you like me, I guess you can also follow my social media as well. I'm gonna go work on dinner, but I should be streaming tonight. I stream on the weekends. Shameless plug.
Do it up.
Tonight is a low stimulant, so it's lo-fi. My alerts are off, and I am trying to find a shiny Turtwig and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and we just crossed 8,000 attempts. So if you really just want to have some good chill vibes in the background and hang out with me, I'll be live in probably like an hour or so.
At that many attempts, have you looked up just to see if it's potentially soft locked on Brilliant Diamond and Pearl?
No, it's not, because I've gotten 4 birds along the way.
No, but like, but the bird is the first encounter, right?
The bird is the first encounter. If I was soft locked, neither of them would be shiny.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, guys. Well, that is going to take us to the end of today then. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Check Mage out on his socials. Check us out on our socials. We will be back tomorrow, and we will be back to regular streaming on Monday. Thank you guys, everyone, for being here. And this tournament has been put on by you, the people, all of your guys' memberships and subscriptions. So if you are wondering what is the best way to give back to the community, that is the way to do it, because that is where the proceeds go. Stay safe, have an excellent weekend, and we hope to see all of you back here tomorrow.